Welcome back to our recurring weekly ranking episodes of all of our chickens in our flock. This is week 9, and I got a good one for you. It's the beginning of October, so I figured what better time than now to do a nice little pumpkin spice girl. So let's get into it. All right, so before I reveal which one of our girls is our little fall girl, let's talk about the ranking criteria. So we have 4 categories, all of them out of 5. The first one is going to be eggs. So it's going to be quantity of eggs, quality of eggs, color of eggs, anything to do with eggs. That's category 1. Category 2 is broodiness. So how often are they wanting to go broody, meaning that they want to hatch out their own eggs, that they want to sit on them and then not lay eggs. Category 3 is going to be friendliness. How friendly are they to people as well as to their flock mates? We have a very diverse flock here. We have 27 different girls, 26 different breeds, so they're all different shapes, sizes, colors. So how well do they get along with each other? So that's friendliness. And then the last one, completely subjective, is going to be cuteness. So however I want to judge it, based on how they look, how they act, what I like about them, how cute are they out of 5. So that's the criteria, and let's start judging. So this week's little fall pumpkin spice girl is Velma, and she is a buff Silkie. Now, Silkies are an ornamental pet breed. They are bantams, so you can see this is a standard girl right here to the left, bantam, Silkie to the right, meaning they're much smaller breeds compared to typical chickens. So standard typical chickens, much larger than the bantam breeds, and so she is a bantam Silkie. Like I said, ornamental breed. They're known for that fluffy feather pattern, so you can see they don't have the typical feathers as these other girls where it's nice and wide and flat. Instead, they have kind of like a fur feather hybrid. They're more soft than they are feathery, and they're floofy. And she's a buff Silkie, which is that orange color, which, like I said earlier, makes her perfect for fall, perfect for pumpkin spice. She's like a little pumpkin out here. I mean, mixed in with all the leaves, she fits right in. Interesting things about the Silkie is that they have black skin. So if you took all of her feathers off, you would see that she's black underneath. But you can kind of see in her wattles in her face, those are also black. Her feet are black. And then it's also cool and interesting that they have feathers down to the feet. And they're one of the few breeds that have 5 toes. So a normal chicken has 4 toes. She actually has an extra on each foot. So 5 toes down there, black skin, fur instead of feathers, a little poof on top of her head. Some Silkies, which we have 2 of them, also have beards, so they have poofs underneath their face and on top of their head. Essentially, Silkies just have every weird characteristic they could possibly have in a chicken, and then combined into one breed. So they're really interesting. They're really cute. They're known for their docile personalities, friendly personalities. They're also really known for their brooding personalities. So if you want to hatch out eggs, they're typically really good at being broody and hatching out eggs and being good mothers. So that's a little bit about Silkies in general. Let's talk a little bit more about Velma specifically. So Velma is a pretty good egg layer. She lays cream, like off-colored white eggs pretty frequently. I'd say about 2 to 3 times a week, which is pretty good for a bantam and for Silkies in general. So she's probably we have 3 Silkies. One is too young to lay, and then the other one is also a laying age. And between the 3, she's probably our best egg layer. So that's pretty good. Like I said, 2 to 3 a week, off-color white, beautiful size, shape to them. I mean, of course, they're bantam size, but for the bantams. She lays one of the bigger eggs between all of our bantams. So pretty decent layer. Nothing crazy, nothing abnormal. Nice eggs, nothing too unique about the color or anything. So I think she's right down the middle of the road, probably about a 3.2 out of 5 for eggs. Now, broodiness, this is kind of interesting about her. She's a Silkie, and like I mentioned earlier, they are typically known for being broody and being good mothers. However, she is over 2 years old now and has never been broody in her life. So she's abnormal in that instance, which kind of makes sense. I think my hypothesis is she's the most hatchery quality Silkie that we have. So the other two, like I said, they have the beards down below in their face, and they're a little bit more poofy, a little bit more feathers on their feet, things like that, which are more typical to the Silkie standard that you would get from like a private breeder. All of ours came from a hatchery, but she's just, her stock is the least non-hatchery quality, the way to say it. So she's like the farthest from like breed standard as far as all of her different characteristics. So I think that is why she hasn't been broody. She doesn't have that in her genes compared to our other Silkies. So I say all that to say that she's going to get the obligatory 1 out of 5 for never being broody, even though being 2 years old. I know it's very atypical for a Silkie, but that's just our Velma girl. Not very broody. And then friendliness, typical to the Silkies. She's very friendly. She fits in well with everybody. You could see other big girls chasing her off and chasing her around because she gives in to them. And then with our other bantams, she nice and fits in well with them as well. To people, friendly too. She has no issues. You can get right near her, up next to her. Pretty good. Nothing crazy. She's not out of the way, going underneath your feet or anything. She doesn't want you to like pick her up constantly or anything like that. But all in all, pretty solid in the friendliness category. So I would give her probably about a 3.9. Better than average, not the most crazy friendly. So 3.9 out of 5 for friendliness. And then cuteness. So, I mean, Silkies have to get pretty high scores from the jump if you like them. I mean, they're adorable. Like I said, they have pretty much every weird characteristic that you could possibly have in a chicken, between feathered feet, black skin, 5 toes, a crest on top of their head, not normal feathers, smaller body size being a bantam. So overall, just from that, you have to give them a pretty good high cuteness score. And then Velma herself, I think she's very cute without the beard. It's kind of cool to be able to see her black wattles, and every night she likes to go to sleep right near the main coop door. So when I close everybody up for the night, she's always right there and says good night to me. I say good night to her. So I think she's pretty cute. So overall, I'm gonna give her a solid 5 out of 5 for cuteness. I'm not even gonna deduct any points off. She's got so many weird characteristics, so many quirks. She's super friendly, super cute. So 5 out of 5 for her. Overall, that's gonna give her this score out of 20, which compared to the other 8 girls we've done, this is the 9th one. This is where she's gonna rank overall. And we're gonna continue to do this for 26 total weeks. This is week 9. So we have 17 more. So stay tuned, stick around. We have a bunch of different breeds, so maybe your favorite's gonna pop up. So keep watching. And until then, from Velma and the rest of our girls, stay Pyrfect.